Hey, I'm here again with my assistant Eric Mete, Gracie Schwartzwald, and we're going to go over what I call the Helio Gracie Armlock. This was his favorite version of doing the armlock from the guard. So, can I have your mic guard, please? Sure. So, the first thing we have to understand is a common misconception in jiu-jitsu is people say, this is the best technique or this is the best version of this technique. And I've said this over and over, that betrays a real misunderstanding of jiu-jitsu. Okay. The best technique in what setting? The best technique with what restrictions? So, for instance, traditional armlock, here where I come here and I go and I do this, this is great, it's a great armlock. Okay. But again, Helio Gracie was usually having to fight people much bigger than him. If I go here, the guy's very strong, he can pick me up and slam me, very common. He can hit me with his free arm if he's able to defend, or I'm not strong enough to get this right away. So he had to understand those realities. It wasn't just a sportive setting. Okay? Also, he was dealing with people that are maybe more untrained, which again doesn't mean less dangerous. It just means usually having to deal with different problems. An untrained person is going to get here and try to pass the guard. He's going to be trying to punch you. He's going to be trying to headlock you. He's going to be trying to frame on your neck. He's going to be trying to choke you. Okay? So if you don't know how to defend those, your guard actually is pretty useless because those are the most common scenarios you'll have to deal with. Okay, so the way I teach this usually is when somebody is trying to choke me here in the guard. Okay, if he's really driving in, sometimes it's actually kind of hard to do a normal arm lock because it's hard for me to get my hips up above his arm. I can try to do this, but I kind of get stiff armed a little bit. Okay, so let's do this arm right now. Okay, now it could be that he's just holding my gi. Okay, so, but for now, we're right here. First thing I'm going to always do is tense my neck. I'm going to secure the wrist. My foot on the same side will go on the mat, and I'm going to shrimp my hips out and get my foot on his hip. This ensures a spacer. Don't just try to put your foot on the hip. Okay? So I shrimp out, I get the foot on the hip. I'm going to extend my body away. When I do, I'm on my side, so I'm not flat going to my back. I extend my body away, keeping that foot on the hip. Okay, and I'm really pulling the hand. My leg comes over his head now and on the mat. As you can see, it's going to be impossible for him to pick me up or slam me. My leg should be right over his elbow. So I'm going to push his pinky to the sky as I drop my knee down. Okay. Just one more time. I'm not trying to. This big problem too is also if I miss this, he's already passed. Okay. So you had to think about the problems he was understanding. So I control, foot, I get my hips out, foot on the hip. I don't try to throw my leg over now, I extend here. Okay, you've got his posture broken, foot comes over on the ground, and the real pressure is this knee down as I push it. Okay. So one more time, let's do it from both sides. Here, the hand on the hip, I secure, I shrimp out, foot on the hip. When I do this, don't go to your back. I extend on my side, almost like you're doing a normal plata. Leg comes over, my thigh should be right on top of his elbow. I'm going to press down as I lift. And again, this is Helio's version of the arm lock. You have to understand the reasons he was doing that instead of just going, that's a messed up arm lock. He's doing it wrong. And you can incorporate it into your grappling, but it is a really good understanding, especially if you're a smaller person, of a way you'll have to use this in a real live self-defense situation.